Hello there guys, and welcome back to another review, and today we will be taking a look at the PNSO Paulwin, the Dakosaurus. Now, Dakosaurus, which name means biter lizard, is a genus of metriorhynchid crocodilomorph that lived in the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous period, 157 to 137 million years ago, in what is now Europe and South America. Now, it was around 4 to 5 meters long, so quite large for a lot of these early crocodilomorphs, and two species are known: Dakosaurus maximus from Europe and Dakosaurus andiniensis from Argentina, which actually this model is based on. Now, unlike other metriorhynchids, Dakosaurus andiniensis possessed a noticeably short, deep snout, which led it to be nicknamed Godzilla. And I actually still have the newspaper clipping of when this guy was described, where they called it Godzilla, and there was a cool image of a Dakosaurus leaping out of the water to attack a pterosaur. So yeah, you can definitely see that here on the figure itself, the short, deep snout. So I think that's very cool they got that on the figure. Now, before we take a look at the figure itself, as always, I'm going to bring the box in. So here we have the box of Paulwin, the Dakosaurus. You can see an image of him on the front here. It says here, PNSO, Prehistoric Animal Models That Accompany Your Growth. He's number 18. Paulwin, the Dakosaurus. At the top we have a sort of orange and white image, I guess, of the Dakosaurus. Every life deserves your respect. Here, of course, is the Chinese... There is no Chinese side. Interesting. Normally they would have... Only there's a Chinese side as well, but not on this box that we've seen. It's very unique. And also, like with all of the other PNSO figures, they have a booklet. Of course, it's the Chinese side. Here is the English side. There's another orange and white image there of the Dakosaurus. You can see it's an image there of the figure. There's actually a close-up view of the skull, which is very cool. It says here, Paulwin, the Dakosaurus, basking in my ancestors' glory. So there's a bit of a bio there that you can read, as well as one here as well. And here is the figure himself. He is actually a very detailed figure. I know that some of the first production runs had quite a lot of paint misuse on the jaw, with it was more like white along the jawline, but mine doesn't have that, so it must be a later production run, which is quite good. But let's take a closer look at the figure. So the head sculpt is really nicely done. You can see these large interlocking teeth. The eye has been very nicely done in this nice turquoise colour. Don't see any... there's the nostrils at the very end of the snout. It does have an articulated jaw, as you can see inside the mouth. These teeth aren't too sharp, but definitely make sure small children don't stab themselves with them, just in case. There's some nice detail here in the mouth. You can see there's a presence of a tongue there. There's some nice detail at the back of the throat there as well. And the teeth look really cool as they interlock. I think that's a very cool look on the figure itself. See, there's some nice scale work along the jawline as well. Going down, there's some very nice small smooth scales going along the figure. There's even some here on the front flipper. You can see it's been very nicely picked out. And of course the back flippers are much larger to help propel the animal forward. There's some nice scale work on here. On the other side as well, you can see there's more of the nice scales. You can see the little tips as well, little tips of where their fingers would be. The same side as well, you can see there's some scales up here that goes down to a very smooth, streamlined body. See here on the tail as well, some nice detail. And of course we end with a very whale or fish-like tail, which would have helped propel it through the water. There's some nice scale work on there as well. Some very, very, very nice scales. Now, Dakosaurus, as I said, was a metriorhynchid. Now, these are a group of marine crocodilians that flourished throughout the Jurassic and early Cretaceous. In fact, they were so advanced and so at home in the water that they probably did not come out onto land, so may have actually spent their entire lives in the water, maybe even giving birth to live young, but we don't know that for sure, as we have not found any remains of any babies found in the pelvic area of any Dakosaurus or any other metriorhynchid. So we still don't know about how they gave birth, but I like to think that as they are marine reptiles, they would have given birth to live young. But who knows, maybe that could change. But this is a very nicely detailed figure. Even underneath, there's some very nice crocodilian-like belly scales. You can see going all the way down the figure, from the lower jaw all the way underneath. See, there's even some nice black dots on the inside of the flippers as well. I think that's a really cool attention to detail. There is no cloaca. That would be about here, I believe. You see there's some more nice sculpted detail. The colour scheme I think is actually quite nice, quite fits with a marine crocodile. This sort of dark brown with the blackish brown stripes along the back sort of help conceal it in the water with a lighter underbelly, much like many marine reptiles like modern day crocodilians do today. So a very cool looking marine predator, and metriorhynchids are not often made, so it's nice to get this group represented by PNSO. But of course, Safari, quite a number of years ago, did actually release a metriorhynchid. This is the Paulwin from 2016. So it's nice to now have two species of metriorhynchids made. I will leave a link to the Paulwin review in the description box below if you want to go and check that out. So very cool to have these two. And of course, another comparison here is the PNSO Atopodontatus. As you can see, this figure is quite a bit larger than the PNSO Dakosaurus. Yeah, he's very cool as well. See just the size difference. Of course, Dakosaurus actually would have been much bigger than Atopodontatus, but of course, scale work doesn't really work here with these two figures. But still, very cool looking figures nonetheless. So yeah, I think the PNSO Dakosaurus is a rather wonderful figure. It might not be to everyone's cup of tea, but I think it's a rather cool figure, and also has that really nice jaw articulation, so you can have it posed with its mouth open or closed. So yeah, it's a really nice figure, and also one of a group that doesn't often get made. I know there's also a smaller Dakosaurus in the PNSO mini line that you can get, but I much prefer this one, as I know this one just looks a lot tougher, more meaner, and just all around really nice looking figure. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you liked this figure, you can purchase this at Everything Dinosaur. I will leave a link to that in the description box below, where you can purchase Paulwin along with all of the other PNSO products that they have on their site. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe. Please take care, please stay safe, and please wear your masks. Thanks guys. Bye.